The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's Platinum Success Training webinar with your host, Todd Walters.
Thanks, Andrea. How's it going, everyone? Glad to talk to you today. Telling you, man, I'm excited. This is going to be a fun webinar. As a matter of fact, historical. So I don't know if you saw the video I sent you guys, but I sent you a picture not too long ago of my desk where my two monitors are. I had my laptop up and a notepad. So I'm hoping that's how you're organizing your time when working on your business. So I want to cover that first before we get into the meat of today's webinar, which is the seller ads, okay, that we've engineered specifically to generate listing leads online. Okay, so it's historical. I believe you're going to really benefit from it. You're going to have lots of questions. Andrea just prepared me for that. No problem. I'm prepared to answer a couple of them. So, all right. So here's how this works. Every Tuesday, or at least the first 4 Tuesdays of the month. So the first 4 Tuesdays of the month at 4 p.m. Eastern time, we carve out an hour and a half. Okay, that's what we carve out on our end to help you with your business. Okay, the first 4 Tuesdays of every month. So my recommendation is, you know that. So you make a date with yourself to work on your business at those times. But you need to allow 2 hours. And you should be in front of your computer, your desktop, to do this. Not riding around in your car, listening to your cell phone, ordering hamburgers in the drive-thru or whatever, you do. Serious time working on your business. Come on, 2 hours a week to work on your business in terms of the system, looking and watching at what we're doing to help you grow your business. So I want to make sure everybody's clear on that. I'm doing this webinar today for you, not for me. I already know how to do this stuff. I already know the system. I know it very well, so I don't need to do the webinar for me. We're doing it for you, okay? So all you've got to do is show up with your notepad and your monitors and your desk and your pen, and you're ready to rock and roll, man. Now, reason you want to allow 2 hours, because at the end of the webinar, you want to have an extra 30 minutes in your schedule. Okay, you want to have an extra 30 minutes in your schedule to look at your notepad of things to do. You've written down resources. You've made notes throughout this process. And you're going to be making a lot today, okay? And you're going to want to organize that, set your priorities, and what's going to happen next, the directives that you're giving yourself and your assistants to be able to implement what it is that you learn and discover on these web conferences. Now, that's why I think it's so important to attend these live. Let me make sure everybody gets that. We do them live. We don't do them recorded. Like we just don't record them, all right, and then send them over to you. Like we're doing them live for various reasons, okay? Because the information's coming really fast in the Platinum program here. Like what we're going to look at today with these ads on Facebook to get the seller leads, this is happening really fast. So if I was to pre-record this 3 months ago, it's not going to be relevant for today. All right, so they're live. So I think you should be on them live. The people who are on them live with their notepad making list of things, those guys make more money than the guys who say, yeah, I'll just catch it recorded. All right, it's just a way of thinking about working on your business there. So that's why I wanted to take at least 5 minutes here and explain to you about working on your business, how that should look and work with you. It's kind of forced continuity, forced time working on your business. It's a great way to look at it that way. And that extra 30 minutes when it's done, using your notepad to execute, right? Excellent. Great. All right. What are we looking at on our screen right now? Well, I don't know if you guys have seen the video yet, but on the homepage of CraigProctorCoaching.com, we recorded a killer video to promote the mid-year mega conference that we're doing in Orlando, June 23rd, 24th, and 25th. There's the video right there. It might be below the fold when you log in your computer. You can see it's below the fold here on my computer. Scroll down and play it, man. This is really good. Shai did a great job with this video, and we've had some fun with it. And I want you guys to go and watch it and get all excited about coming to the Conference. Okay. Now, I think most of you have seen the agenda and what's going on there. It's going to be the biggest mid-year conference we've ever put on. Okay, and it's for you and your key people on your team. That's why we call it the sales team conference, sales team mega conference. So the whole first day about getting listings. Yeah, there's marketing there on how to get listings, but also how to take care of your sellers so that you get more business from them. Okay, culture, team building, how to have a highly effective team, from Dick's training and everything else, all that's going on. All right, one more thing I want to show you on this. I'm going to go to my folder here. Check this out. Can you guys see this on your screen? This is my Orlando June 2017 folder. So you can see there's 20 sessions. Each one of my folders here on my desktop contain all of the materials that you're going to get on your USB stick and in a workbook when you get there. Okay, so today I'm talking about right here, number 7, surprise, new killer ads to get listings. I'm giving you a preview today of that session, okay, on this webinar. A little bit different doing it live and doing it on a webinar. It's two different things. So we're not going to be able to accomplish everything that I think you need today to be able to do these ads and do them effectively and what the purpose of them is and why. So we're going to have to continue this in a group forum live on stage there when we get to Orlando. Okay, June 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Okay, so that's what's happening on today's program. All right, so two things I want to show you, and then I'm going to get right into looking at these ads and talking to them about them. We've added 2 things for the agenda. Okay, so I pulled at the agenda here. I'm scrolling down till the latter part of the second day. Okay, and here it is right here. It's from 7 o'clock to 10. From 7 o'clock to 10, you can consider this a gala special event where we're going to be raising some money and having some fun at the same time to celebrate life and to help this young girl, Hugo's daughter, with the life that she has right now. Okay, so we want to make it really good for her and Hugo's family. So we're going to, we've got some dueling pianos coming in, lots of fun auctions, giveaways, a very special keynote speaker. His name's Dr. Ike Reichard. Many of you have met Dr. Ike. Now, Dr. Ike wrote a very interesting book called Treasures from the Dark many, many years ago, about 20 years ago, bestseller book. And what was special about the book is Ike lost his wife and his child at the same time when his wife was giving birth to their first child. So I want you to picture this. Ike's at the hospital. They're all excited. They go in. Wife's having a baby, man. They're all happy, right? Doctor comes out, looks Ike in the face. And Ike's, he's just a 20-something-year-old. And he says, hey, man, I got some bad news for you. I can save your wife or I can save your child. You got to pick one. So at any given time, on any moment, you know how this works. Life will absolutely and can, and most likely will at some point as we're on this planet Earth, going to throw us some curveballs. We're going to have decisions to make. Well, so Ike makes a decision. Doctor goes back to work. Unfortunately, Ike loses both. So he has great perspective on this, and he's been able to help a lot of people through these things navigate these curveballs that life comes at you, because there are things that happen. So as we're running this fundraiser and having fun with the dueling pianos and working for a great cause as part of our cause marketing system, this is a big thing for your team to be involved in. Okay, it's only $10 for you to attend the 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock session on the first day. Okay, yours truly, Todd Walters, am going to be part of the fundraiser. I'm going to auction off a day with me. So you get to fly in, spend the day with me, just like I do with Titanium members. They come here, we spend time working on their business. So we're going to do a special fundraiser for anybody who wants to do it. You get to bid on a big day with me here at my office with my people, my team, and my resources to help you grow your business. So I'm hoping 100% of the proceeds are going to go to this young lady and Hugo's family right here. Okay, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to be excited. And I can promise you that when you do come here and we spend the whole day together, it'll be a game changer for you in your real estate business. Okay, so that's an addition to the agenda in Orlando. So if you haven't made plans to come, man, you got to get that. All right, from 2 o'clock to 6 p.m. on day 3, June 25th. Is that right? 23rd, 24th? Yeah, on June 25th, the third day, from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I'm going to show you, me and about 3 others, people, are going to walk you through for 4 hours on how to make more money with your CRM. And we're going to use Millionaire Agent, okay, which is powered by Sync. We're going to use Millionaire Agent as the standard bearer on how we use that to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in new additional business outside of our regular marketing systems. Okay, so a little bit of training on the platform, but how you actually make money with it is what we want to get into. So we've added that at the end of day 3 from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Okay, you like that? That's going to be fun. So this is a high-powered 20 sessions, 3 days, 20 sessions, 12 Millionaire Agent guest presenters, okay, plus Ike Reichard and myself and Craig Proctor. So yes, it's going to be a big event. We've already got about 400 people that are registered for this thing, so I want to encourage you to get moving on that if you haven't done so yet. Okay, so how do you do that? And I appreciate you letting me plug this for a few minutes here while we get into the stuff that I've got for you on today's webinar. So you go to schedule, you go to events, schedule an events, and you're going to see it right there. Super Profitable Sales Team Mega Conference. Okay, you'll just click and you can download the agenda and you can register yourself and your team. The room holds a lot of people, up to 800. So we've got a special place here there at the Champions Gate by Omni in Orlando there, okay? June 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I'm excited about it, looking forward to it, and because it's not often that we put together these mid-year big mega conferences, but based on what's happening right now in our culture and society and with the real estate industry, where things are tightening up inventory-wise, you know what? This is mandatory, I think, at this moment in time. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Looking forward to seeing you there. Any questions about that? Here's what you do. Call 678-436-8292. 678-436-8292. Hopefully you're writing that down. It's on the agenda as well. But 678-436-8292. 678-436-8292. I thought I put that on the agenda, but I don't see it on this one. Yep. 678-436-8292. Everybody get that? All right. You can also email platinum@toddwalters.com. Platinum@toddwalters.com. Okay. So let's go back to the coaching site here. I'm going to go to the library, file library, and I'm going to direct you guys to a special library that is growing and is probably the most active library right now, historically speaking, right now, as we're doing this webinar, the most active library out of all the Platinum libraries at CraigParkerCoaching.com. Okay, and it's this Platinum Facebook library here. Platinum Facebook PPC Marketing Library is what we called it, because we've been doing pay-per-click marketing on Facebook for a long time. Even though lead ad pages and marketing using the lead ad pages, it's not really pay-per-click, but there is a fee, $1 per day usage, as you guys know, on do that. So we're going to be working from this library today, and what I'm going to show you is not in this library yet, but I am going to put it there. But I wanted to show it to you first and walk you through it. Okay? So before we look at the ads and I walk you through everything, let me draw your attention to something very specific, okay? And that is right here. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, and Part 5 on how the system works to set up your ads on Facebook lead ad pages, okay? Here's what you don't want to do. All right, listen really close. What you don't want to do. You don't want to abdicate marketing in this media to anybody else. You need to be involved in this because your local market knowledge is vitally important. Vitally important. So we take our ads, we combine them with your local market knowledge to set up the marketing campaigns. And you're going to find, and I'm going to show you, You're getting ready to see some pretty serious stuff. I'm going to show you why it matters. Okay, and it will probably be a game changer for you. Okay, but I want you to draw attention to those webinars right there. Those are training webinars on the system for using our ads, your local market knowledge, our intellectual property, your local market knowledge, combining those things together for optimum results. Optimum results. Okay, so just wanted to start there. How long would it take you to look at all 5 of those webinars? 5 hours. 5 hours. That's how long it took you. So, right now, I picked that. We've got a lot of webinars and instruction going on for this media. Lots. There's a lot more than 5 hours. This is the 5 that I think are the most relevant, and it's delivered by several different people. Craig Proctor interviewing Blake Corey. Okay, me interviewing Blake Corey. Michael Burge. Okay, down in Naples, Florida. Okay, and others. So it's a range, a wide array of different people, different marketplaces from 3 different parts of the country. So that's why I think it was important to narrow it down to the ones so you can get a full perspective of this. Okay, and I would not abdicate this to anybody. The ads I'm getting ready to show you, and we're going to look at and walk through, do not give those ads to just anybody. These are our ads. They're licensed to you to use as long as you're in the Craig Proctor system. As long as you're in the Craig Proctor system as a platinum member, you can run these ads. They're licensed to use. You do not have a lifetime license to use them unless you're in our system. Just make sure everybody's clear on that. This is a franchise. When you disconnect from it or divorce yourself from it, you're not authorized to use what I'm getting ready to show you. And I think you're okay with that. As long as you're making money and growing your business, you're good. So I understand that, and so do we. Okay? So, but be very careful who you hand these ads to in terms of delegating, or even worse, abdicating it to vendors. Be very careful. These ads are licensed to you to use. They're not necessarily licensed to vendors to use. So be very careful here in that respect. So I want to make sure I got that. I'm looking at my checklist here to make sure I get everything covered before we look at these ads. And Andrea, you can help me as well.
Will do.
If I forget something on this. Yep, appreciate it. And I know we're going to have some questions along the way, so you see something that's relevant in the middle of what we're talking about, feel free to jump in here and interrupt me, and we'll go for that. All right. So let's get into and let's take a look at the ads. I've broken this thing down, I think, pretty well for Platinum members, and I want to walk you through kind of why and how it's relevant. Okay, so I've got a PowerPoint here of several different pages and ads, from hot list ads to branded property specific ads to re-engineered editorial ads for Facebook. Okay, so we're going to walk through these, and I want to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly of all these things and some imperatives. Okay, so now last month, for the month of April, I generated, I say me because it's collaboratively me at my real estate company, just under 6,000 leads from this one marketing system. So let me repeat that. I know that's crazy, isn't it? Just under 6,000, 5,800, something like that, leads from this one marketing system. Let me repeat that. We generated just under 6,000 leads from this one marketing system, and that's spending a lot of money. Most of it covered by lenders and other sources, so there may even be very little marketing spent. So that's a phenomenal number of leads, but that's a testament to the system that you guys have access to. Yes, I'm really good at the system. I was in early 90s, early mid-90s with Craig Proctor, so way head start, I get it. Yes, we take risks and we test things behind the scenes on a regular basis, then give them to you to help you in your business. It's been going on since the beginning. So that's why your engagement here is very important. Nobody generates more leads in the MLS metro area, real estate sales team, or company, regardless of how many agents they have. Nobody generates more leads than me. As a matter of fact, listen to this stat. Another real estate agent, let's say at Keller Williams, or Coldwell Banker, or Remax, or Berkshire Hathaway, doesn't matter. If you're another agent at one of these other companies in Metro Atlanta, and you have a prospect or a client, there's a 67% chance that your prospect is in my database based on the number of leads that we generate on a monthly basis. That's a fact. How about that? Almost a 2/3, right around 2/3 chance that your prospect, I got him, man. I got him. That's how good we are at lead generation. We just can't call back, like not even close calling back those number of leads. So that's how good these ads and these systems are. But that's why I'm telling you, you cannot abdicate this. The reason it's going well and doing well is because I'm involved. I'm not selling real estate. I don't have a real estate license. I don't have a broker's license. I'm working on the business with my digital marketer here to test and split test everything that I know and have learned over, almost 25 years, 20 years, almost 25 years with Craig. Okay, so I'm happy to bring it to you today and help you with it. Okay, all right. Most of us want listings. So before we drill down into the ads that I want you guys to test and give them to you so you can run with them and get them going, I want to walk you through these categories of ads that Platinum members are using, and make sure we're on the same page with that. Okay. All right. So the first category are our hot list ads. Okay. So you can see right here from these ads. Let me blow this up so we can all see it a little bit better. Call them hot list ads. Okay. You can see right here. These are just simple hot list ads. Simple hot list ads. There's a lot of things being tested here. You can see offer expires. That's a test going on. That's made the ads perform better. So we've added that as a control here in Metro Atlanta. Okay. Same with some of you Platinum members. You see a carousel of photos instead of just one fixed photo. Facebook is telling us which photo works the best. Did you know that? So in a carousel of photos, Facebook will tell you which ad people click on the most, which one is getting the best traction and action. All right, so we like that. All right, so those are a few things. You'll see the Facebook emojis. You guys can see that. Facebook emojis right there, a little fire, these kinds of things. We found that you can overdo it with the emojis and you can underdo it with the emojis. So there's a little balance in there in between that we think you'll discover and find. Okay, now I know that your questions are going to begin to develop here, especially if you're new at this, about how do I create this ad? What do I do? How do I do this? How do I do that? That's why I showed you in the beginning that there were 5 training webinars on that very thing. Okay, I'm going to show you the ads and walk you through kind of the thing that matters the most, which is the ad. Okay, the second thing that matters the most is who is going to see the ad, your target audience. Okay, those are the 2 big things. And your local market knowledge is going to drive that. All right, so let me repeat those things. We talked about the carousel of pictures and the emojis. Talked about the less branded Facebook page before. I'll mention that again today. So that'll kind of make up our hot list ads. And you can see this is the same ads. These are the same ads we've been running since before Al Gore invented the internet. Well, before Google came along. So here's how it worked. We ran hot list ads. I started running them when I met Craig Proctor back in the way back 1994. Started running these hot list ads in the local classified section of the newspaper. That's where people were. That's where people went to go and find information on houses for sale. Is that right? If you guys were selling real estate back then, for those of you who weren't, that's what they did, right? People go to newspaper, look for houses. Then along came the real estate magazines, real estate books and magazines. Homes and Land magazine, Real Estate Guide, Real Estate Book, become very popular. They were very popular for many years on grocery stores. So now we have to be in the classified section of the paper, and we're in the real estate magazines on the shelves. Okay? And then Al Gore invented the internet, and Google started taking the classified ads and putting them on the internet. So you know what? That means we started running these hot list ads for list of homes for sale ads on Google. Okay, so now we're in 3 different places. And then over time, the classified ads in the local newspaper kind of went away. The real estate section, I don't even know, there's one for rent in the local newspaper here where I am, homes for rent, but there's none for sale. Not a single one listed for sale there. And then, of course, over time, Google is one place on the internet, but now there's all these other mediums that are online oriented or online based, Facebook being one of them. Okay, so Facebook is a place, you guys know what that is, people goes 2 billion users worldwide or so. So it's a place to be, but it's not the only place. Okay, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Zillow, Realtor.com. The list goes on and on and on and on of places where you can put your ads. And that's your job to determine where you're going to put your ads. Craigslist, Kijiji. It's a huge list of places to be now. That's the beauty of this. But I want you to think of it this way. The one place that we know everyone is, and I think we could probably use the word everyone, is the internet. So they're all there in that place. It just happens they're fractured among and across all of these other platforms and media places that are online. Facebook being one of them. Okay, so we're going to deal with Facebook today. All right, so we're going to deal with on this webinar just Facebook today, and we're walking through these 3 categories of ads, and I'm going a little slow to make sure that we're all on the same page. And you guys are writing feverishly, making notes. We're having fun. All right, so I gave you some ideas, history of these things, and all that good stuff. So there you go. Hot list ads on Facebook lead ad pages. All right, and gave you some of the characteristics of that. We're getting more traction from the carousel ads than we are just a fixed one picture ad or a fixed picture ad with, say, some thumbnails of other photos at the bottom. That's not to say that you would get the same. Your ads in your marketplace in this media, you may get more traction with just one fixed photo. The carousel ad may perform less. I don't know. That's why there's A/B testing going on with every marketing campaign you run. Hot list ads, you should have 2 ads running side by side. Okay, A/B testing. Get that? Okay, so good. So we're good there. Let me clear my drawing tools. Let me know, Andrea, if we run into any questions here, because we got time. We're going to get through all this just fine.
The majority of the questions you're kind of answering as we go along. A lot of people are asking, do you recommend your way versus a success website management? They're asking about sync and stuff like that. I know you've been kind of addressing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here's how we do it at our real estate company. Okay. It's the same way I did it when I learned it from Craig Proctor. Okay. Let me make sure everybody understands this. I'm just doing what I learned and what I was taught by Craig. And that is never abdicate your marketing systems. Ever. They don't get abdicated. They might get delegated. Delegation means there's monitoring. I'm involved in them. Okay? I'm enforcing testing. I'm monitoring results. I'm playing around with it. I just don't see, it's just me, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't see how a vendor knows what I know in my head about the local market, what even a house should look like based on the area or price range. Losing photos, like I just can't imagine. They're just not going to know. So that's why you just can't fully abdicate these things. Now I get it that you can give a vendor money and they'll take your money and they will get leads. Okay. I just want to try to get the highest quality leads on my ad spend, so I stay involved in the process. Okay. I have my own digital marketer that I trained for me and works with me and all the guys here at our company to get higher quality leads. Okay, so that's how we do things on this media. It doesn't mean that Millionaire Agent CRM powered by Commissions Inc. doesn't mean that they don't manage Google pay-per-click marketing campaigns for us. They still get a pretty fair amount of dollars for that. Okay, but I've noticed that there's a deterioration in the quality of Google pay-per-click leads over the last year and a half, because we generate thousands of them a month. So I've been able to notice trends on that early. So that's going to happen. That's not anything new for me, and maybe it's new for you. Maybe you're shocked by it, but that's not anything new. Of course, the leads coming from a particular source are going to go up and down based on competition, supply and demand, and other factors. Of course, it's going to happen. Surely you know that. That's why you never do one marketing system. You got several, at least 4, so your house stays up. If you guys recognize your house has at least 4 corners, otherwise it's going to fall over. And each corner has a foundation, and those are marketing systems. Hold your house up. So if you take one of those away, you got a wobbly house. Take 2 of them away, it falls down. So you got to have a few marketing systems going here. We've got a bunch of them. So hopefully that helps you with the strategy and that sort of thing. You just don't want to abdicate. All right. So let's go. Let's look at our next set here. So these are 2 other hot list ads. So we looked at a couple. There's a couple more. Okay. So I think I'm really good on the hot list ad thing. I think we did a good job of explaining that. You can see this one here on the right. If you notice it, there's no emojis. We just use asterisks and other things. That may outperform the ad with the Facebook emojis. Okay? So be very, very careful about those things. Check this one out. This ad over here is a carousel of all exterior photos. You guys see this on the left? This ad over here, this ad has all exterior photos. This ad on the right doesn't. It has carousels of interior as well as backyard pics. Just can't scroll over to see the backyard pic since I've got this copied on a PowerPoint slide. So you tell me. Now you tell me right now. Let me stop right there and get everybody's attention. I'll put my coach's hat on. You tell me right now. So I picture this as a football game, and I got you on the sideline, and I've got you by the face mask there, and I'm looking in, and I'm saying, you tell me if you can get somebody else without your involvement to do what it is I just outlined there in the last 15 minutes on these ads in terms of your involvement or disengagement from it. Okay, you're right. You can't. You have to be involved in the process. So I feel like it's partly my job to help you see the ways to improve the quality of the leads that you can generate. I have never thought that was the vendor's job ever. It's not Success Website's job. It's not Sync's job. You'd be a fool to think that you're going to give them money and then sit back and wait, and they're magically going to figure out how to get you better quality leads. They don't sell houses. So be very careful of thinking like that. It's your job. You're the marketer in your business. So what you're investing your money in, it matters. You want to measure it, or it's not really a marketing system. All right, so good. So it takes care of the hot list ads. All right, let's go to the next category of ads, and we'll build up to the ones that I really am doing the webinar today to show you. I just want to show you a few things we've learned. Oh, and I want to thank personally, too, Blake and Michael Burge and everybody else. There's others I'm not mentioning right now that have helped in the collaboration of producing and testing different ads and results and those sorts of deals. So I want to thank that ahead of time. All right, next, branded property specific ads. Branded property specific ads. So here's how this works, okay? Talked about the hot list ads. You can see they're less branded. There is some value to be had from branded property specific ads. So let me walk you through this next category of ads. For me, we can get buyers pretty easily. I want listings. You guys want listings. So what I would like you to think in terms of is move up buyers. So you want to find properties that are hot in your marketplace that you can create a branded property specific ad around, okay, and target move up buyers. Okay, so here's how this works for me. So I'm going to walk you through it. The rules of engagement for this on Facebook, okay? We list a house. The listing sells relatively fast, okay, with multiple offers. I concur or pass judgment that that is a hot property. So I'm going to put together an ad representative of that property. Okay? So that's what you're looking at here is a couple of examples of ads representative of properties that attracted the kind of prospects that we want. Okay? So I'm leveraging a listing that is really probably not active anymore. I'm leveraging that to create a marketing campaign to get more prospects like that via Facebook lead ad pages. Okay? So here's how that works. I take that listing, use relative information from it, and put together an ad like you might see here. Okay? For Facebook lead ad pages. You can see there's no pricing on the ad. That's important. Notice no prices. The pictures represent the price range. Okay, so you can see this is pretty much, these are move-up houses, you know, for the areas they're being advertised in, Peachtree City, Decatur. Okay. All right, now, as I'm putting this ad together, I'm going to take the property and I'm going to create a pocket listing. Listen very close. I'm going to create a pocket listing of the property because I want to deliver the information at the end of the day on that property. So I'm going to deliver the information via a pocket listing in our CRM on Millionaire Agent. So I create a pocket listing on Millionaire Agent with a property that's most likely no longer available to buy at that moment. Okay, at least it's not actively for sale. Every property is available for sale. Like if I went back to, I mean, think about this, guys, to help you with your paradigm on it. Let's suppose that you sell a house, you know, one of your listings, and somebody buys it. I know it's not actively for sale, but could it be sold? Of course. Any right price can buy anything. I could go to somebody that just moved in yesterday into a home, knock on their door and say, hey, I'll give you X for the home if you will sell it to me. There's a good chance they might do that for the right amount of money. So you got to just change the way that you think about these things in terms of marketing. All right, our job is to deliver to prospects what they want. All right, so this is what we determine they want. So we're going to create a pocket listing so that when people click on the images and they submit the form and they want to go to the website about that, you know, property information, they can do that. I already have the lead and that sort of thing. So anyway, that's how these ads come about. So let me walk you through the rules of engagement here on these ads. So pay real close attention. And then we'll take a couple of questions about this, all right? So first rule of engagement is your branded landing page. So here we've got Dan with the use of the guaranteed sale program, and we got Ira that has it in his photo. Okay, I just covered it up with my highlighter, but it really should be in the branded landing page name as well. The rule here is for all of our teams, you got to use the USP in the branded Facebook name. Okay, so it's in the photo. It needs to be in the name, stands out more. So it's branded. Branded means not you, but your USP and you. Everybody get that? Branded is you plus your USP. Great, got that one. So that's rule number one. Ready? Rule number two, okay, is the headline. Okay, the headlines do not mention a price. Okay, and since we're targeting move-up buyers, obviously we're going to stick with our trade-up USP. Okay, buy this home, I'll buy yours. All right, so let me erase some of my drawings here. Okay, next, the bullet points. So you're going to go with 3 or 4 bullet points, and you're going to pull the bullet point information directly from the hot list words, your word hot list that we give you. Your hot list for classified ads words, the word list. You guys know what I mean? It's the document that has on one side words to describe first-time home buyers, houses, and words to describe move-up buyer houses. The hot words list for what we call classified ads. I think that's actually the title, hot words list for classified ads. You're going to want to use that for your descriptions on these properties, okay? So there you go. That would be nice. All right, so if we look over here, let's go back over to Dan's ad. So this says safe neighborhood, shaded backyard with large deck. all new kitchen, great area. So this would be a weak ad. Okay, now granted, it's in Peachtree City. You can put pretty much anything, a piece of paper up for sale in Peachtree City and have multiple offers on it. Very high demand, average days in the market really low, about 10 buyers for every one home that goes up for sale. So you don't have to work that hard at it, but don't take any chances. You could do much better with your messaging. Plus, if this is a move-up house and not a first-time home buyer house, which it is, safe neighborhood comes from the first-time buyer hot words list side of that form. I want to use words from the move-up buyer side. So if I was critiquing this ad, which I am, you got to use words that represent the prospects that you're trying to attract. You like that? Okay. Good, man. Good. All right. So good marketing lesson there along the way. Let's see. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing is your call to action. Okay, and you can see here in our call to action that we use a phone number where they can call direct for up to the minute pricing, free property information packet, or private preview of this home. Call your phone number. Okay, or they can click the image below for instant access to this particular property. So we offer them a little bit more if they call directly. If they want less, like just additional photos of the property, they can just click on the image. Okay, so two different call to action. So let's break that call to action down and why that's relevant. First of all, yeah, I'd like giving them multiple opportunities to reach out and contact and get information. That's good. Okay, we found that to be effective than just one means of action. Okay, so that's important that you know that. The most motivated people will call directly. They're scared they're going to miss out. The least motivated people, okay, that aren't ready to talk to a salesperson, they'll click on the image and learn more. Okay, so that's how that works. So again, we've robots automatically sifting and sorting the prospects into those that are ready to do something in a shorter time frame and those that are wanting to do something in a longer time frame. So right out of our Quantum Leap system. All right, so let's move to the next rule of engagement, and that is the piggyback ad. So what the heck is a piggyback ad? Dude, that's just a hot list ad. So we take a hot list ad and we just modify it for this ad to ride piggyback on it. So we basically put two ads in one. That's what a piggyback ad is. Again, we were doing that in the early 90s, mid 90s in the classified ads in the local real estate section of newspapers. So still doing it here today, you know, almost 3 decades later. 20, 25 years later, don't want to go too far out here in time. I'm not that old, Andrea, only still a young whippersnapper. So, are you laughing?
I was.
No.
It's pretty funny.
It wasn't a joke, man. I am a young guy. I'm probably one of the youngest people on that's hosting this webinar today. All right, so check it out. Decatur Homes 3-car garage. So 3-car garages are hot in that area and price range. So now we've got a free list of picks, free list of homes with 3-car garages. Okay, so you guys see how that works. So we just take a hot list ad, we create it for a piggyback. Now, you'll notice though, as part of this engagement on these branded property specific ads, that we take them somewhere else. We take them to a separate landing page away from Facebook. That's because it's a separate ad. So how do I know if this ad even works or not, gets me leads or not? So I got to somehow build in some tracking code. So that's what that is. So rather than drive them to the same place, I mean, think about it. You know, this is an ad right up here, and this is an ad. So obviously, you got two different call to actions. Okay, so we can track it pretty well by taking them to that landing page. That's just one of the landing pages on your Millionaire Agent platform, lead generation website or success website to get a free list of homes in Decatur with 3-car garages. Okay. All right, next, photos. Obviously, the photos need to represent killer houses, representative of the homes in your marketplace. My preference is an exterior view, an interior view, and a rear view. So front view, interior, and a rear. But you may run into some other photos inside the property that are cool, like the master bathroom, for example, or some other prominent feature. Okay, so, but a photo spread. Now, listen real close. Everybody listening? This photo is obviously a house. This photo is a house, but may not be the same home. Okay? So the photos may not be from the same house. This house, front view, and this house in the backyard may not be the same property. It's not what we're doing here. We're not trying to sell a house in an ad. It might be the same property if it's good, if it works for what I'm trying to do. I'm creating an ad to generate prospects so that when they contact me and I follow up with them, I give them options. And they decide what they want. Do they want what I'm offering or not? It's in their court at that time. Okay? And we're telling these people, this home is not listed. This home's only right here on Facebook. It's not in the MLS. That's part of the headline. Okay? That's why you see it that way. So we're disclosing it's not listed. Alrighty. So you can advertise a listed property here if you want to. That's no big deal. But my guess is if you're advertising a listed property, maybe you shouldn't be. If it's for sale, I don't know how much in demand it is in today's marketplace. That makes sense. Aged inventory. Most agents in the marketplace, that's what they do. They advertise homes that are not selling, and they fail to run ads on the homes that are, or choose not to run ads on homes that are selling. What that's precisely the ones that you run ads on or representative of. The marketplace is telling you what to market and advertise. Okay, so there you go. So there's some of the rules of engagement there on these branded property-specific ads. And I appreciate getting that out there. Let's flip it back over to Andrea. Andrea, any questions on these ads?
We have a ton of questions. The first, most of our members are asking a little bit earlier, the listings, and I'm going to go back to it so I get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have to be their listings? Could it be someone else's?
No. Sure. Yeah, right. That's what I'm getting at, is that doesn't have to be any property that you have actively listed for sale. As a matter of fact, that's probably the last thing that you're marketing. So when a property goes under contract, whether it's by me or somebody else, running an ad representative of those kinds of homes, that's what we're doing with the hot list ads. They come right out of that playbook. What's selling in your marketplace? Free list of homes. What we've done here is we've tightened it up a little bit to be sort of property specific. So it has the appearance of a specific property without giving away the price or trying to sell the home in the ad. Okay, and we've made it branded. So the idea here is you're going to get less leads on this ad that you're looking at right now on your screen than you would these ads. More leads, less leads. Okay, but the leads that you're getting from these branded property-specific ads should be further along in the process, closer to buying a house. So what you guys would say higher quality, although I would reject that. Okay, people that call on hot list ads, even though the majority of them may not be ready to buy today, that doesn't negate the quality of the lead. Okay, because they want to buy a house. Somebody who wants to buy a house is the same as somebody who wants to buy a house, as long as they can afford to buy it. Timing would be what you're referring to. So people that call on these hot list ads that we generate from these hot list ads, yeah, most of them are a little further out. They're earlier in the process of deciding where they're going to go and what they're going to buy. People that respond to these kinds of ads are more or less closer to landing on a particular home and making the decision to buy much sooner. So the timing's different, but the motivation is probably the same. Okay, so good question. Long answer.
Okay, the next couple of questions I see from members, where are you sending these leads? Are they going to HDX or a response page, or using the lead pages?
Good question, Mayor. Okay. So now we still got another group of ads to cover. We'll get those in just a second. So let me answer that question. Hot list ad, where are they going? Okay. Well, here's how it works. Okay. When they click on Learn More, okay, as you guys can see down here, moving my little mouse around, click on Learn More, the form pops up that automatically populates their contact information in the form. Okay. And again, that's covered under the training webinars. Okay. When they click Submit on the form, I'm going to get the lead right away. The lead is going to show up into my CRM, okay, which is Millionaire Agent, via an application that we use called Zapier. Okay, so you can write that down. We'll talk about that later. But even if it doesn't end up in your CRM, you still have the lead on your Facebook lead ad pages. You can always manually enter them into your CRM. Okay, but we like them to show up automatically, so we use an application for that. And the application is called Zapier. Okay, and we're just connecting that to what we call CRM Connect, which is the platform or the application that Craig Proctor Millionaire Agent, powered by Sync, that's what they use, CRM Connect. So Zapier just connects the lead from Facebook to CRM Connect, so that it ends up being a prospector that shows up in your CRM. Okay, now fulfillment. Fulfillment. That's what people are asking about. So the list of homes is a one-time list, free, exclusive hot list. I'm not saying anything here about getting ongoing pictures and descriptions and all other kinds of some such. There's not any of that going on. It's the one-time list. So how do they get the list? Well, when they get the thank you page that pops up after they submit their information, there's a button that they could click and says View Website. And when they click on that, all they're getting is a saved search of properties that we've pre-saved, pre-put together to satisfy this hot list ad. All right, that's what they get. They get the saved search that we use right out of our MLS or our CRM, which gets the information from the MLS. So this just get a saved search. Okay, and they go to, and again, that goes to a landing page. So we're putting the saved search on, some sort of landing page. So let me, as a matter of fact, give me 15 seconds here, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so give me 15 seconds. I'll take you to one of our safe search sites. Okay, so it's coming. It's coming. All right, here it is. I got it. I'm gonna throw up on the screen so you guys can see it. All right, so I'll use homes for sale in Alpharetta. Here we go. Boom. So that looks very familiar to most of you. This is a saved search for homes for sale in Alpharetta, Georgia. Okay, a bunch of houses. This is not a hot list. So I would redefine. I would narrow this search down to a particular price range. In this case, if we were looking at whatever we were looking at there, let's go back. Hot list of homes for sale under 350 in Sonoya. Okay, so I would do a saved search or search homes in Sonoya under that price range. Create my saved search link. All right, and when people click on the link, this is what they see. See over here on the left-hand side of your screen, quick searches. These are saved searches. Okay, and you can create that saved search using your Millionaire Agent platform, powered by Commissions Inc., quite easily. And here's the address for that saved search. So they're just going to be forwarded to the saved search. There you go, man. That's it. Okay, everybody get that? That's how that works, quite easily. Okay, now on the branded property specific ads, flash forward there. Here we go. That we were looking at a couple of seconds ago. Here you guys are seeing them now. Here's the ads. So where would I go? Where would I land on? Well, if I go back to my saved search here, that's all that is. Okay. See right here where it says Alpharetta open houses. You can create a pocket listing, which is what some of these are, pocket listings of a particular property. So I click on this property here. Okay. you're going to see it's going to say give my free account, but I can create a pocket listing beforehand, okay, and that won't be there. So I'll actually see the property, and if I want additional information, that box will pop up. So there you go. So you create a pocket listing. Everybody good? Pocket listing in your CRM. Go back. There we go. So everybody get that? So that's how you do that, and that's, I get it, but let me, how can I say this without getting people mad at me? Probably not a good way. The fact that you guys are asking me these questions is weird, okay? And I got to tell you, I don't really know specifically. Here's what I do. I know what the ads need to say. I know who we need to target, so I look over at my digital marketer, or assistant rather, and I say, okay, here's what I need this to do. And they do it. So that's it. So I think what you're asking me is, how do I get my assistant to do these things? And that's their job. They can figure these things out in your CRMs and platforms. This is not really something that you guys should be doing yourself in terms of connecting the dots on the back end, the fulfillment of these ads. If you're setting these ads up and connecting those dots and fulfillment and all those kinds of things, I'm assuming you don't have an assistant to help you with that. That would be my assumption. So my recommendation is you need to get you one so that you can call back more leads. And the assistant salary will be paid for plus a lot more. Okay? So I think that gets those questions answered. Anything else there, Andrea, before I go to the next section of ads?
Well, we have one that stuck out because we addressed this yesterday with James on the helpline session. Testing. Now, James suggested if you do not have a budget, you should maybe just test one ad at a time. So one of our platinum members is asking, should we not run only one at a time when testing? Should you run 2 ads at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get the 2 different variations of calls. Okay, so I think James' audience probably a little bit different than our audience today. So my expectation that you guys are a little further along in your marketing, how should I say this? Your growth, your learning, your way of doing things. So the audience is a little bit different today than it was on the helpline call, for the most part. So yes, in the Platinum program, you really should be trying to run one ad against another. That's the idea. But if you just can't get to it, then just run one ad, man. Just run one ad. Just understand that when you change if you're running one ad and you change the ad, you're not testing. You're just change the ad. It's not a test. Okay, you can say, well, I'm testing this ad. You're not testing it, you're running it. So testing is you have a control, or split testing rather. You have a control, you have an ad, you know what you're getting from it, and then you put another ad against it. That's the same ad, but you change something inside there. One little thing, right? Then another little thing, then another little thing. And that's how testing works. And then when your test performs better than the control, then it becomes the control and you institute a new test. That's why I like the Facebook lead ad pages, because it's so easy to do A/B testing with your ads. All right. Now, again, this is something that requires a little bit of work, but once you get it going, man, you're going to make a lot more money on the money that you're investing in getting the leads. So I think people, Andrea, I think a lot of our members forfeit their right to complain about vendors running their ads for them if they're not involved at that level. Right? It's just my opinion on it. So because that falls outside of, that's not Craig Proctor's system. Our system is that we're in charge of the marketing, not other people. So hopefully we're clear on that. So thanks for letting me squeeze that out there without being too offensive on today's call, holding people accountable. What else we got before we look at our seller ads?
Some of these questions are definitely worrisome because we've done Facebook webinars in the past, and I hope everyone has seen those webinars. And if not, definitely go to the file library, because questions I'm getting like, are these ads on the Craig Proctor site?
Mm-hmm. These ads, some of the ads that you looked at today are. The ones that we're looking at right now that I've got on the screen aren't. Okay, this ad's on the Craig Proctor coaching.com site, no question about it. These are branded property specific ads. I'll even show you the ID numbers. The hot list ads are there as well. Okay. So for kicks, just so everybody's on the same page, I'll go back to the file library. Here we are. Platinum Facebook PPC Marketing Library. I have this same library that you guys see right now because I basically created a library. All right, I went to the coaching site, I clicked and created a library, and I personally, Todd Walters, me or one of my assistants here, Thomas or somebody else who works with me, and not that Thomas is an assistant, he's a way bigger person than that, but somebody uploaded these materials to this. Andrea, I've given you things that Andrea, upload this, add it to the coaching site for me, right? So all of these ID numbers were put here and created, but understand they originated from somewhere, okay? Something that we're doing, and then we upload it to the site, okay? So as we're testing things and running things and doing things, I've got them on my server and computer, okay, and my own Dropbox system, for example, because I'm managing materials that way. And then when it's a home run or something good, then we upload it to this library, for example, that you're looking at right here. There's a lot more that we could put here, but it'll get confusing. So what's here? Well, these things that are highlighted in blue are the training webinars that before you run any marketing campaign on Facebook lead ad pages, you invest a few hours into fully understanding how this thing needs to work and how it works. Understand it. I'm not saying do it, I'm saying understand it so that you can properly delegate it to your assistant. Or if a vendor's doing it and you're working with them, the Success website, you'll know if they're doing it the way that you want to or not. Otherwise, you're just advocating it, and you forfeit your right to complain about the results. Right? I mean that with all sincerity. All right. So now, where are these ads at? Well, okay, so check it out. All right, so the branded Facebook ad that we were just looking at is right here. Okay, here it is right here. Here's the hot list ads right there, ID 1351. It's a hot list ads. Okay, everybody see that? Here is ID 1422 is the property specific ad, the branded property specific ad template. Okay, with piggyback ad right there. So they've been there for a little while. I don't know how long, 6 or 8 months now.
And this PowerPoint you're using today, will you be loading that? We have some members asking.
Right. It's going to show up like right here. So here at the bottom, see these things are in order by ID numbers. It's going to show up right under these testimonial Facebook marketing ads that we uploaded that Tracy King in Knoxville, Sevierville, Tennessee ran that I thought were pretty good that you guys can use in your marketing on Facebook as well. It's going to go right underneath there, okay, as well as the webinar. So, yep, whoops. Okay, so all right, let's take a look at the seller ads, and let's give everybody an idea of what's going on here. All right, so we've tried running editorial ads on Facebook years ago, with very little success. Okay, they worked well in the local newspapers, but we just couldn't get them to work on Facebook under their pay-per-click marketing system that they used to have. Okay, well, here we are now, today, in today's world, several years later, and there's Facebook lead ad pages. So I said, okay, let's see if we can engineer our our editorial ads for Facebook lead ad pages and give it a go. So we did it, and we got leads. Leads are all under $10 a lead is what we've been getting. And I was like, and their leads are good. So, and they're seller leads. I'm like, okay, we're on to something here. Tested with a few more members. Sure enough, works good. Good enough to where it's time to let you in on this. So what we've done is we've taken the ads that we found to work the best in this media, engineered them for this media, and that's what you're looking at right now. So I'm going to walk you through the best seller, I call them platinum seller ads on Facebook. All right, I'm going to walk you through the best ones and give you kind of an idea of the rules of engagement and that sort of thing. Okay, all right. So here we go. So ad number 1, how to sell your home without an agent, save the commission. This ad is performing well. This actually might be the best performing seller ad on Facebook lead ad pages. Okay? How to sell your home without an agent, save the commission. And it could just be that it's being ran the most. All right? Video, okay, or carousel. Okay? You can use either one. And should be testing it that way. Emojis, less emojis. Okay? Call to action, information line, or click for instant access to the report. Which one gets, I don't know. You have to give it a go, man. I don't know. The information line might produce well, or the just click the image. Since we don't know, we use both. And over time, you'll know whether to include the information line at all in the ad or whether to go with it entirely. But they're performing well enough, okay, in terms of getting leads and making money, that I think you guys want to give this a go, right? So there's the template, the A/B side of things. Now let's look at another ad. Home seller mistakes. Which of these costly home seller mistakes will you make when you sell your home? Free special report reveals 7 costly mistakes that most homeowners make when selling their home, and a 9-step system to help you sell your home faster for top dollar. So that's the ad, and you can see the images. Now, the images can make or break the ad. The image can make or break the ad. So these are some different images that are being tested here in our office, not necessarily images that you want to use. Sky's the limit here. So what I've instructed the digital marketer to do is I said, okay, Marcus, here's what I want you to do. I want you to find these images with houses in the background. I want this guy with his hand over his head and face in front of his house. That's what image, so go find it. Let's give an image like that a go. That's how involved I am at this. So every week I go in, I meet with the guys, so let's change this image, let's do this, test that, add this, change that, okay? So it gives you some ideas of how that needs to go. There's a couple of things here in the ad that I noticed on these save templates. Let me get my highlighter out. Free special report reveals 7 costly mistakes that most homeowners make when selling their home. There should not be a period here. It should say, and a 9-step system that can help you sell your home fast and for the most amount of money. So that's not 2 sentences, it's 1. It's missing the and right there. It's a typo. So again, this is a saved template. You can see there's no phone number in it. This was the template that was created, and the ads are out there running different places. So, all right, so you like that? Interesting images here. This would be really, maybe there doesn't need to be a house in the background. So that's why I like these carousels, is because I can get this guy here with his hand over his face in front of his house blurred out in the background. And I can go with a little cartoon looking image like this, guys running off a cliff. Again, the image is to get people's attention, but it can also create a message subliminally. Is that right? Subliminally. You know how they flash the Coke or the popcorn really fast at the movie theater? Right in the middle of the movie. All right, so there you go. So home seller mistakes ad. Let's look at another. Yes, I'm going to put these ads on the site for you. There's a reason I hadn't done that yet. Wanted to talk to you about them first. Okay, inspection ads. 11 critical home inspection traps to be aware of weeks before listing your home for sale. Free special report identifies. Okay, and you can see images, some A/B testing there going on. So check this out down here. Let's look at it. Oops, yeah, here, how to work. So here down at the bottom, we've got a little expanded learn more. Get your free special report now. So a little second call to action. Over here, we don't have it. Okay. So what works more? Less text, more text. Again, I don't know, man. These are things that are being tested. I just know they both generate leads, but I want more leads on the dollar, not less, that sort of thing. So I'm a voracious, as you guys know, me, Todd Walters, is platinum coach. And another reason Craig said, Todd, you you do this. I want you to be the guy to do this. It's because I'm a voracious marketer, tester, split testing. I understand it really well. Okay, so that's what you're seeing right here as a result of those things. So just letting you guys get a good look at these ads. We got a kind of a real life image here, little cartoon looking image here with Sherlock Holmes doing some home inspection. Okay. So like that, that's good. Emojis, no emojis. All right. If this is too complicated for you, that's okay. Once you start getting in there and running these ads, you will get it uncomplicated because it's not that hard once they're set up. Let me go back to my normal drawing tools. Get to my next favorite ad. Guarantee seller. Local real estate agent guarantees to sell your home or buy it for cash. How about that? Okay, so it's less branded because it's offering up a free report. All right, so you guys can see how that works. I like that ad. I would definitely give that a test. Local real estate agent guarantees to sell your home or buy it for cash. Now, some of you may prejudge this and say, well, Todd, that's not going to work well in my marketplace because, homes are selling really fast. Everybody knows their home's going to sell really fast. Man, I get that you've got to make decisions because there's several ads here, and you should make educated decisions. But I'd be really careful when it comes to marketing, making assumptions like that. Okay, so just caution. I'm not telling you not to, to run this ad regardless. Just telling you to think it through. Be very wary. Let the marketplace tell you whether the ad works or not. All right, so everybody get a good look there. Let's look at another one. Love this ad. This ad, I crushed it. This ad worked very well in the East Cobb part of Georgia, Marietta, East Cobb, what it's called. Crushed it. Sucked in Gwinnett County. Just couldn't generate leads with it. Okay, crushed it in East Cobb. Just bit the dust in another part of town. Just 15 miles away, 20 miles away. Isn't that interesting? So your target audience here, when you're running these ads, your target audience that you guys are targeting could make the difference between the ads working or not. So again, the need for continual involvement in testing. Okay, so there you go. I like that ad though. Avoid 6 costly errors when moving to a larger home and save thousands. Okay, so you can see the images. Facebook will tell us which image gets the biggest attraction there. Okay. Just a picture of a home, picture of a guy with his hand over his face, picture of a guy with his hand over his face over in front of the house, for example. All righty. Let's look at one more. And that is one of these ads that we're most famous for, the area home sales report. Find out what homes in your neighborhood are selling for. Pretty popular ad. I definitely would recommend you do this. And let me tell you why, and then we'll get your questions in. There are a lot of places where people can go to find out what their home value is online. Is there not? You can rattle off a bunch of places where people can go and find out the value of their home online. Just go to Google, type it in. There's all kinds of landing pages and websites and that sort of thing. But where can people go to find out what homes in the area are selling for? That's right. That's much more difficult. You know where they go? You. So this is an exclusive ad that you guys have access to run. I recommend that you give it a go and test it in a few different places and resources. All right, now, so today's webinar is going to yield some action by some of you. So collaboratively, we're going to be comparing our results here with these ads. The coaches here are familiar with these, so we're going to be working with them on the results. And we're going to be able to plus all these ads now, even more so than we've already done, by collaborating our efforts together on these seller ads and other ads that we're running. And it's a good chance that the leads that you guys are getting now are going to become even better. I just want to make the point that abdication of your marketing to somebody else, not wise or smart. Joint venturing with somebody or delegation of it while you monitor it and are involved in the testing and in the ads, that's much wiser. Okay, good. So let's go back to Andrea here. Andrea, questions?
So could you address a little bit of your target market? I have some members asking, should we just take these and run them?
Okay, let's get it. Here we go. Here's how we do it. So we have a little form that we created, okay, so that I could interview my specialists. So I've got key people here around Metro Atlanta, Georgia. Key people, because we're opening up, business people in key markets around town at as fast a pace as I can go. That makes sense. All right, and in some of these key marketplaces, I've never sold houses before. And let's face it, the key marketplaces that I have sold houses before, I haven't sold a house there in a long time. Talk to a buyer or seller. So I collaborate with key people who know the area. Right? So how do I collaborate with them? I interview them. So we interview them pretty well by asking a myriad of questions. And you're looking at the questions here that we get. So we pull out the local market knowledge that's necessary so that the digital marketer here can do this. So this is not anything really different than what a vendor might do, other than we've got local market combined with local market knowledge, okay, me and the agent. So I get to look at this information and I get to question it, ask deeper questions about it, say, yeah, I don't think it's relevant, or I don't think that's good enough. Like the garage question, well, it's 2-car, 3-car, does it matter? That sort of thing. So these are some of the questions that we do to try to figure out what type of information is relevant to the ads. And then when it comes to the target market side of things, okay, who do we want to see the ads? Okay, well, the easiest place to start there is with a big giant circle around a particular area. It's the easiest way to go about doing it. Okay, geographics. I want everybody who's a Facebook user or has a Facebook page that lives in that area to see my ad. Okay, now, and I'm going to draw your attention back to what we started with today, is the training webinars. Who should see your ads? We covered in depth over the course of several different people, millionaire agents, including Craig Proctor, James McDonald, and Todd Walters, on these training webinars. So once the ads, and that's what we've done a pretty good job of here, is talking about the ads, what they should look like, what they should do, A/B testing, what the rules of engagement for the ads, and so this webinar here is going to be parked right in here as part 6. Okay, and we're probably going to hang out there for a little bit. Okay, well, and the next part is who's going to see the ads. So the easiest way is draw a big circle, but then you can drill down from there. Okay, demographics, income ranges, familial status, and many other things that you can target market by, depending on the type of buyer that you might be looking for, or homeowner or seller you might be looking for. So the default is location, geographic. All right, but let me give you one quick variation on that. This will be really good. So you guys may want to write this down. So I was working with one of our team leaders, Ira. So you've heard me mention him before lots of times. So Ira here. We do a lot of work together, obviously, to try to improve these ads. We were working on a marketing campaign to generate leads from a very specific part of town. We're going to call it East Cobb. Okay, so I'm talking to Ira, and he's telling me, okay, who's going to see the ads? And he tells me these people that live in East Cobb are going to see the ad for homes for sale in East Cobb, hot list of homes in East Cobb. And I'm like, but wait a second. Don't the people who live in East Cobb already live in East Cobb? And he goes, well, yeah. And I'm like, and if I'm not mistaken, there's like no virtually no, very, very few apartment complexes in East Cobb to speak of. And he goes, yeah, that's right. That's right. It's mostly move-up houses. So the people that are buying homes in East Cobb, do they live in East Cobb? And the conclusion is no. The majority of people that are buying homes in that part of town are not coming from that part of town. So we wouldn't run an ad to buy for a hot list of homes in East Cobb targeting people who already live in that area. So you guys get that. So the people that we want to see the hot list of homes for sale in East Cobb do not live in East Cobb. So the ad is running in a different geographic area or multiples of areas. That's going on right now with some of you that are on today's webinar. You're running ads for homes for sale in Phoenix, hot list of homes for sale in Phoenix, Arizona. You're running the ads in Canada and various markets in Canada because you've discovered that the people that are buying homes in Phoenix or in Fort Lauderdale or in Naples, Florida are actually coming from other areas. So where those other areas are coming from, that's where your ads need to be displayed. All right, so again, we cover that on these training webinars in great depth. And this will be something that will not stop when you when you press the go button on running your marketing campaigns. You're going to continue to tinker and play with that and market it because it changes. Demographics change. People get on Facebook, off Facebook, start accounts, get off accounts, become active users, become inactive users. That's the way this media works. That's why the leads are good. Because with active users that are on Facebook, you get their contact information almost 100% correct every time they click on the submit form. All right, good question. All right, let's take one more, then we'll start to wrap this thing up.
Okay, this final question stood out to me, and Dirk is asking, why are we sending the leads to any page or list if all we care about is getting the lead? The rest is completely irrelevant, or is it not? We will call the leads and apply the script, so forth.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, great. That's a great, man. It's a great point. He's my hero. He's a star student of the day. He gets an A. All right, so give him an A, Andrea. Absolutely right. Why would we spend so much energy, effort, and time on all the other things once you have the lead? And the answer is simple fulfillment. Now, when we call the lead back, we do want to approach the lead from a position of fulfillment. So let me cover this. This is a good thing for all of you. I'm going to go to the follow-up script. Okay, everybody has the follow-up script. I'm going to go to the follow-up script that you guys are familiar with and know about very well. So there's a basic principle or tenet that's built into the follow-up system. And we leverage a law that God put together called the law of reciprocity. Okay, so we're just leveraging that universal principle right here in the script, built right in there. You guys can see it. When we call the script, we're telling them that we fulfilled their request. All right. Now, when you tell somebody that you've done or you've given them what they've asked for, it frees you up. It frees you up to begin moving in a direction of asking questions and getting something from them. But if you approach people from a position of, hey, before I give you what you want, before I send you what you asked for, okay, let me ask you, give me more, it just doesn't work that well. So approaching prospects from a position of fulfillment is a better position for you to be in. So that's the reason that you would spend any time at all on trying to get the prospect their information. But it doesn't have to be complicated. When you get the lead, you have the lead in your Facebook lead ad pages, right? Yes. Okay. So you can just email them a link to the saved search. You don't have to do all that, copy into a website and view my website. You don't have to do any of that stuff, man. You generated a lead, you email the lead a link to what they wanted. Report, freaking list of homes. It's just a link. It's that easy. You click, it's done. All right. So, but if you want to save that step and having to do that, it can be set up to be automatically delivered using view my website on the thank you page, and we'll take them to the save search or report page that you've created. Okay? So that's the two differences in it. But you're exactly right. Don't need to spend a lot of time monkeying around with fulfillment as long as you're approaching the lead from a position that you have fulfilled the request. So I don't want to call back the lead. You guys can see right here on this callback script. Let me get my highlighters. A good coaching moment here. You guys, we don't want to do this. We don't want to call Mr. Smith and say, hey, Mr. Smith, it's Todd Walters with Optimus Real Estate Brokers, and the reason I'm calling is because I'm getting ready to send you the hot list of homes for sale in Alpharetta, Georgia that you requested. And before I send it out, can I ask you some questions? Just don't want to do that, man. That's not the script. That would be your script. That would be your system. It's not the Craig Proctor system. Okay? So our system is positional fulfillment. That's a universal business principle. So the call goes something like this. Hey, Mr. Smith, it's Todd Walters with Optimus Real Estate Brokers. The reason I'm calling is I received your request for a hot list of homes for sale in Alpharetta, Georgia, and just wanted to let you know we've sent that on over there to you. I want to make sure that was okay. All right. It's a big difference there in terms of getting their attention and moving forward to establishing motivation and timing. All right. That was a good question to end on there, Andrea. Great job. You know how to pull them out, man.
I thought it was good.
Say your first rodeo.
That's
Yeah.
right. And we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, you're a veteran.
People are asking it multiple times, and I see them all, I promise. It's just so hard to pick, just a few that I feel represent the majority. But as always, these platinum sessions, I send these questions to Todd, and your questions will be answered. Don't worry, we are not ignoring you.
Right. So I'll answer the questions. Sometimes we send them right back to you. Sometimes we include them in the monthly packages just for ease and everybody's benefit, just like we would. Andrea asks a question or opens up your microphone here, and you ask a question, we answer it for everybody's benefit. I like to do the same thing. So include those questions in the monthly packages at times when it makes sense. Hope that's okay with everyone. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this. Platinum Super Profitable Sales Team Mega Conference. If you haven't registered to come, I think I made a good case at the beginning of today's webinar that you absolutely should be there. This is a must-attend event if you have a motivation to grow your real estate business beyond where it is right now. If you're truly motivated by that, and you're not going to take a time in the middle of the year for 3 days to work on your business surrounded by millionaire agents and their key people, it's a massive mistake. Remember, we're doing the event for you. I already know the stuff. I don't have to be there to learn these things. And the coaches that are coming and the agent presenters that are coming, it's the same way. They already know what it is they're sharing with you and teaching you. It's being done for you, Okay, so I think you should absolutely carve out June 23rd, 24th, 25th. Come to Orlando, Florida. If you come, and after the 3 days is over, if you believe you wasted your time or you're not benefiting from it, just come and find me and tell me that it was a waste of your time and you didn't benefit, okay? And I will see about reimbursing you for your airfare. How about that? If you can look me in the face and tell me that it was not a good investment of your time and show me how it wasn't. All right, so how about that one? So no excuse other than some kind of personal life crisis thing going on that you can't get, or otherwise expect to see about 400 people in that room on that day, Andrea. So with that, it's going to wrap up our webinar. Great, a lot of fun talking to you guys today about these ads and another way to generate more business using our system. So with that, we're going to go back to work, sell some houses, and I want everybody to go and serve their clients in a big, big way. So with that, it's going to wrap it up. Thanks, Andrea. We'll talk to everyone soon.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful evening or afternoon. We'll talk to you all very soon.